Hi there, welcome to my channel where I take you on tours of unique homes and showcase stories of people living alternatively. In today's video, we're going to meet one couple and take a tour of their round-the-world tiny home on wheels. And this adventure home has some of our favorite elements in tiny space design, including multi-purpose furniture, space-saving solutions, and the ability to be completely off-grid. But before we dive right into the tour, if you're interested in videos like this one, where we showcase unique homes, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know every single time we publish a new tour.
Will you join me? Will you roam? Make this house our tiny home.
I'm Olly.
I'm Harriet.
And we're excited to show you our home on wheels, the Gatun. Travel always was part of our life, traveling 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks at a time. And we always thought about, once we retired, we would love to go on long-term travels. So that was how this whole idea started. We definitely wanted to have a rig and vehicle which is big enough to be our home. Once you're on the road, your rig is never too small, and once you're at camp, it's never too big, but you kind of have to find the compromise that fits your needs. We looked out for builders in Germany, which there weren't actually not too many. These type of rigs, it's still a niche compared to the very huge big market of standard RVs. We had the chance to go into a vehicle this guy builds, and we just fell in love with the interior. So we liked the way he built it, and we liked the clean and nice design, and also he has a good reputation for many years in Germany. And as we now have like 145,000 kilometers on the odometer, we can definitely prove this right, because we never had any issues. The cost of the vehicle and the build altogether sums up around 200 grand, but this was 7 years ago. And nowadays, if we would do it the same, and we would end up at least double the price of it.
We've been to Iceland with this truck. We have been to all these southern European countries. In this rig, we're traveling now for about 7 years. It's not full-time all the time because we had to work. So all our holidays we did since then were in the rig, and now we are on the road since last May.
All right, welcome to the outside of our Gatun. So it's a 2016 Mitsubishi Fuso. The whole thing is 24 feet long, it's 11'6" high and just over 7 feet wide. It weighs, if everything is full and packed for travel, like close to 15,000 pounds. Has a pretty decent gas mileage. We get about like 13 miles to the gallon, and that brings us 500 to 550 miles for a whole tank. We thought about a design which blends in if you're in nature, but at the same time, we definitely didn't want to get mistaken for a military vehicle, because in some areas this is just a bad idea. It happened to be that we just a year earlier went to Africa, and going through our pictures, we came across this like herd of zebras. We thought, well, why don't we go with a zebra pattern? This is such a great communication starter. We get in contact with so many people who want to know about us and the vehicle, and we made so many friends on our travels so far through this. So we are very happy with it. The material of the box, it's like 2-inch fiberglass reinforced plastic with a polyurethane foam core. We never had any thermal issues. We never had any issues with things cracking or anything like that. So we're very happy in the way it is built and how it works for us. When it comes to enter the truck, we have like 2 solutions. First of all, this is the, let's say, emergency or curbside entrance. So these are 2 little steps that fold out, and they don't stick out too much. So even if you're parking curbside, or you're at a grocery store or wherever, you easily can flip them down and then open the door and enter the truck. If you're setting up camp and you want to have it a little bit more comfortable, there's a second solution, and this is these slide out stairs. So that folds down, and now you have like an easy entrance stair to the truck. So on the passenger side of the truck, there's most important compartments. That's the outdoor kitchen. So we have everything we need here. This is like a barbecue, a little grill. This is an outdoor propane stove. Of course, we have gas and water connectors, so we have everything we need. Electricity is on this side, and to give a little bit more space to work on it in the kitchen, we have this system, and so it kind of like folds out, so you can have this as a working table, and if that's not enough, you can fold it a second time, and then you have plenty of space to arrange the cooktop. Other than that, you see like some underfloor storage with tools and more tools, and I'm kind of into tools. Here in the back you see like several things. First of all, 2 spare tires. Many trucks you see like with 1 spare tire. This is, I guess, part to a traumatic experience we had when we were in a rental vehicle out in Australia several years ago, where we had a flat out in the desert, and after we changed it, we kind of realized, okay, now we changed the tire, but what happens if we get another flat until we make it to the next place? And this is like, if you're in very remote places, this is not like we're talking about an hour drive, it's maybe like 1 or 2 days drive. So this is where we said, well, let's see if we not can fit 2 spare tires so that we don't have to be too worried in a situation like this. So these beasts are pretty heavy. They're like about 150 pounds each. And we got asked a lot, so how do you get these things up and down? And this is, up there you see like a little crane which can crank out. And we have a pulley system with a rope, and that way it's pretty easy to get the tires up and down even for one person. So this is the back storage compartment. It goes all below the bed from side to side. These are our foldable bikes. Especially if we're in urban areas, we tend to use them a lot, because we would drop the truck somewhere where it's convenient and then just take the bikes to drive downtown. So down here we got the propane tank. Propane is only used for cooking in our truck. It holds about 8 gallons gas, which gives us 6 months before we have to refill, with daily cooking and barbecuing every now and then. So it's plenty. This is the exhaust of the diesel heater and furnace. We use this for heating and hot water. This is the compartment where the most electrical parts sit. So this is like the heart of the electrical installation of this vehicle. I built this completely on my own. Almost everything is made with Victron components. We have DC-DC converter to charge the house batteries from the alternator, which we rarely use because we have plenty of solar on the roof. It's like we have 700 watts peak. And with the way we use the vehicle in the truck, especially if we're down south in places like here right now in Baja, we don't need any other power source than solar, which is quite nice. Have a look in the inside of the cab. This cab, it has a few modifications over the stock Fuso. So first of all, it's the air ride seats we retrofitted, and they do a very, very well job, because it drives like a truck, so it gives you a lot more comfort, especially on bad roads. Very nice about this truck is you sit up very high. And this is the tire pressure monitoring system. So this is something I personally find very, very helpful. So this here is our millennial theft protection device. No, just kidding. This vehicle is stick shift. It's pretty standard all over in Europe for cars and especially trucks and things that they usually come stick shifted. Yeah, so in the back here you see like the pass-through. This is not like a permanently open pass-through, which has 2 reasons, or 3 actually. So one is to keep the noise away. The next thing is, this is like a cab over truck, so to reach the engine you need to tilt the cab. So, and if there was a permanent connection between house and cab, you always would have to undo this to make this happen. And then, last but not least, a very important thing for us is, if you ship your truck on a roll-on, roll-off ferry, you have to leave your car keys to somebody you never know, you never seen. So, and this truck is gonna sit for days and weeks in harbors and on ships. So it's very, very helpful if you have kind of like a permanent separation between the house and the cab. So in our case, we only have to give them the car key to start the engine and to get into the cab, but never ever any key which is needed to open the house. So when you open this door, you see you'll enter the bathroom.
Welcome to our truck. This is the interior. The interior is not that big, not like you maybe used it from American RVs. It's only 6'8" to 6'8", and it's a total length of 17 feet. So we decided for 6'8" because Olly is quite tall, he's 6'6". When we got the truck built, there were a lot of questions they asked us how we would have it. So they had different floor plans they offered us. And then we had to decide, so which height the drawers had to be, like everything. So it was a lot of work. We decided for white paneling because we like when it's bright. You see we have a lot of windows here, which makes every day like a bright day. We don't like when it's too like sterile. So that's why we decided for like these wooden accents on the countertop and on the floor, and the like a little bit warmer colors of the fabric in the truck. I like cooking and I'm cooking a lot, and so to me storage was a top priority. I got in the end a lot of storage, so this is all filled with food. Most of this is filled with food as well. This is what I carry in spices. I guess that's really luxurious when it comes to spices for an RV, but yeah, I'm cooking a lot. So this opens, so we have the food in there, and if you want to like sit very comfortable, you take one of the cushions here and just put it on here, and then you can put your feet on top of it, so you have like a long space to put your legs on. We use propane for cooking. With the next build, I would go maybe not with the 3-burner, but with a 2-burner, and add an additional induction cooktop, which I could take outside in the outdoor kitchen. It always means if it's windy, it's not working. So this would be much easier with an induction cooktop. The water tank is located down here. It's standing upright direct on the axle. I love the sink. I have my veg in here, so if I need the sink, I can use it. But during driving, I always put everything in here. I have so much countertop space that I don't really need it. I'm not using this foldable countertop at all because I have so much space on the countertop, and I have the table right on the opposite side. These are all filled with like wire and cables, charging equipment, stuff, camera, clothing all the way down, a lot of more clothing over here, and yeah, there's a lot of storage in here. In this compartment there's all the electrical stuff and his tools. The floor is has separate like compartments because we have this double floor, which makes the truck winter safe. So you can see we have some cardboard packaging, there's the heater hoses going through, there's the gray water tank, and a lot of dust. So yeah, and we can open all the floor, so we can access everything we need. So all the hoses, drains, whatever, it's all accessible. The lounge area for 2 person is very, very huge, but if you have to seat 4 for like a dinner, you can take this thing out. There's one more board that goes in here, and then you get the cushion out, and you put those cushions down here. It's not very comfortable, but it's good for the few occasions if you have 4 people sitting in here. So it's all on Velcro, you see here, so it's not falling off when you're going off-road. So this folds into a 3rd bed. So as we were traveling with our daughter, we just can take the table down, pull all the cushions in the middle, and then you have like a third bed. Our cushions I really love. They're from Oaxaca. Like everything good in Mexico, it's all coming from Oaxaca. We had the option of doing the Froli down here or not, and it's way more comfortable with the Froli, and they help to aerate the bed. In addition, we have like holes. They go to the garage, and the garage is heated as well, so we have a lot more air circulation. You can see the holes in here. So every time someone is moving on the bed, the humid air is going to like come out. We use this a lot, like for airing the box during the night. Especially in places where you want to be like a little bit in a stealth mode. So not that we are able to be in a stealth mode at all, but if you don't want to open the windows, you just open the hatch. And yeah, you're looking into the sky for the stars. Let's get over to the bathroom. So this is our bathroom, which most people would think is too big for an RV. That's a lot of space wasted in an RV, but I think it's not wasted space because sometimes you need a little bit more privacy. This whole thing is the shower. It has 4 drains, so it doesn't matter how the truck is leveled, it's always draining. We realized we can go like 2.5 weeks minimum with showering, with dishes, all that stuff without needing more water. So I guess 2.5 weeks is pretty good. And if you like not shower that much and use a little bit less water for dishes, maybe could go 3.5 weeks. This fan comes pretty handy because if you open the window and have this fan blowing in, you just get all the humidity from showering just right off the window, which makes drying the shower curtain and stuff, it's pretty quick in all conditions. So the thing I like most in the end in our bathroom, it's not only the size, but our composting toilet. This thing is like really good. We decided for a composting toilet because of the water issue, because every other kind of toilet just needs water to flush. So as you see me coming out of the bathroom, we're right next to our fridge. That's one of the things I really would change with a new build. It's a normal fridge, it works, but if you open it after being on a really bad Mexican dirt road, you just open it and everything falls out. You open it like this. And while you're opening it, all the cold air is dropping out. So next time we would definitely go for fridge drawers, like a fridge and a freezer drawer, which makes handling way easier than one of these standard fridges. As I said, we have a lot of storage, and this is some more storage. It's all filled up with clothes, like up here, hang up, jackets, shirts.
Thanks for watching this week's video. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you soon with another tiny or unique home tour.